Sad.
Durk, he's been dissing King Von lately. Stunt that he tried to pull on stage the other day where he tried to say that no one was listening to King Von music. And that's a complete lie because people are watching him because of King Von, and King Von's channel got over 1 billion views. If no one's listening to King Von's music, he had to check his own gang to listen to King Von's music. Why don't he just give the family back the music that he claims he's got because of these contracts that him and King Von had when King Von was alive? Why don't he just do that? It was a stunt that he pulled the other day. He was dissing King Von on stage by trying to make it look like people are not turning up to King Von. Literally, like, people are not listening to King Von's music. Everyone was there for him. But we all know that. But all the promotion that they've been doing around King Von, they've been promoting the death of King Von, promoting what they did to King Von, everything. Little Tim eating, he's showing that he's eating because, you know, he's making money from what he did that night. 600 Breezy and Little Reese was the one that was defending King Von when Tekashi 69 was dissing King Von all over the media. Because they were the only two that was defending King Von. But all of a sudden, like, it doesn't look like OTF and them lot are cool. Like this thing that happened with 600 Breezy and then Little Reese. People are saying that Little Reese situation looks very similar to the Zach situation, and by it looking so similar to the Zach situation, it feels like a plan that was done in Chicago, and that's the way they moved. That's why it looks so similar to the Zach TV situation. And people also didn't like the fact that Muop and them was celebrating the manager's life the other day. It was the manager's birthday and they were all with the manager shooting this video, right, shooting some music video, and they were all celebrating his life. People didn't like that. Muop, all of them. And basically, and even when you look at this footage right here with Muop opening the car and he's like, I'm on live. Why is he telling them I'm on live? What were they talking about in the car? Why did it look so uncomfortable? And it just gave off this weird vibe. Like, it's weird what's going on. All of them knows what happened. They know exactly what happened. When Lil Durk dropped the song Should Have Ducked, people felt like he was dissing King Von because of a couple things. Because in the first bar, yeah, he didn't say jump out, he said pop out. That means he's seen the shirt that Quando Rondo and them been selling. So what he did is he tried to play it off to not make it so obvious because everyone knows about the jump out shirt. So he tried to play it off because people know about it. So what he did is he changed the bars in the video. He said pop out instead of jump out because the verse goes like, throw that mask on, when you jump out first you better blast. So when it comes to the part where people think he was definitely dissing King Von, it's kind of mind-boggling because you can look at it in two ways. You can look at it as he was confirming that King Von is the one who took out FBG Duck, or you can look at it as he was basically smoking both of them. He's saying that he's high as Duck, right? But then pointing at V-Roy. So he's high as V-Roy and he's high as Duck. And that's still a disrespect. That's a disrespect 100%. He could have done that bar any other how if he wanted to diss FBG Duck. That wasn't his intentions. He put V-Roy on his hat to then diss him in the same bar as FBG Duck to make money out of the situation, to make people think that that's his mans and that's twinning them. I'm telling you, it's all a plan, it's all a setup. He literally tried to make it look like that's twinning them and that's his mans and stuff, so people wouldn't know his real intentions and what really happened between him and Von, because something happened between him and Von. He's not just doing this just because. Something happened along the line where he was like, all right then, instead of me taking him out like this or paying someone to take him out, I'm gonna literally come up with this plan to make money off of the situation. And that's what he's doing now. He's been lying to the public from day one when it comes to the King Von situation. In that song Should Have Ducked, he was dissing King Von. He wasn't confirming King Von was the one that took out FBG Duck. Even though they're saying that's a rumor and stuff, he was basically saying that he is high as both of them. He be high as Duck and Von. He was dissing King Von in the song Should Have Ducked. He was dissing him on stage when he said no one was listening to Von. They all came up with that plan. Bezu is the one who took out hella bands, and that's why they paid someone to take the rap for Bezu, because even Muop being in Should Have Ducked, no one liked Muop being in Should Have Ducked. No one liked Muop being around him when Muop went around him the first time and they were all vacation and doing all this stuff. No one liked it because people are like, everyone that he's around, something literally happens to them. So people are like, why is Muop around him? Muop should stay away from him. And everyone was saying that. And in that video as well, to be honest with you, when I look at the video now, I'm literally seeing that he's saying, oh, and my killer's something, and then the camera just literally points at Muop. So here we go again, him telling people about other people's past life and not telling people what he does and what he's been doing. He's not saying none of that. What if something happens and then they start looking into Muop and stuff, and the next thing you know, he's on a RICO charge and then he's down for something that he did in the past and case that's still open right now that people are currently still investigating. It literally makes no sense. It's self-snitching. That's all they be doing in the music and stuff. And when you listen to some of the music with him and Von, like literally it's like they were dissing each other back and forth on the low, but you wouldn't even know, because like there's some weird stuff that they be saying in the music and stuff. That's why something happened between both of them, and Lil Durk came up with this plan ages ago to end up sacrificing King Von for fortune and fame. And he befriended King Von. They were never really twins. They're not really twins. It's all a business thing. The twinning stuff, it's all a business thing. He befriended Von, and he thought of all the ways that he could have made money out of Von, and that's why they were doing all this music and they were recording all this music, and Von was in the studio 24/7. And then they have all this music of Von. He has over 300 songs. Literally the hard drives are still missing there. We don't know if it's one hard drive or multiple hard drives. So there's a lot of stuff that's been going on. That video again, they befriend Von. They all befriend him. Like Von literally, I feel like when he came out from doing his time, he ended up hanging around different people. And Lil Durk don't go way back. They do not go way back. Just like what he did to Quando Rondo, he literally backdoored Quando Rondo, and now Quando Rondo's running around scared and everything because he know people is after him, and because of Lil Durk. And Lil Durk is the only one that could actually save him and be like, oh no, literally let it go and stuff like that, and do all this stuff in public. And even if you do that, he still wouldn't meet Lil Durk like how they used to meet up and stuff back then. That was big bruh. That was big bruh. That's all he says when he talks about Lil Durk, and then he starts moving weird and stuff. So you can tell that something's going on there. That alone should show you that he literally backdoored Quando Rondo and have him in this situation to where he tried to blackball him in the industry and everything, because at the end of their Quando Rondo, when he was talking about him being blackballed in the industry, it's something to do with Lil Durk. That's why I know Quando Rondo wasn't involved, because if he was involved, you would have just been able to tell that he wasn't used and he wasn't just there at that time. He literally got a call to be there, and they know what Lil Tim was on and stuff, and they know Lil Tim would have had a gun. That's where they literally did it. Like whoever told King Von Quando Rondo was there, that's the person that's involved. Why you think they're hiding that person? That's the person that's responsible for the situation. Why you think they never tell you that person? Till now, no one ever come out and said, the manager, he did all these interviews, he did all this portrayal, he did all these interviews helping free Lil Tim. He did all these interviews. He went around helping free Lil Tim. He never once said who told Von Quando was there, and they still haven't said it yet. And it's one of them out of the gang. It's someone from the gang who told them that Quando Rondo was there, and that person is responsible. Who is that person? I mean, it could be Moo Up. They are saying young and from the old. At the end of that, we don't really know, so we can't really say. But I mean, it could be Moo Up.